good afternoon. Welcome to the 19th Annual Group Exhibit of Hydrogen and Fuel Cells. Please come sit down, have a drink. You're more than welcome to come sit down. I have with me here Mr. Andreas Schiegl from Truma Gerätetechnik. We will be discussing the fuel cell system VeGA and its industrial applications. So if you could all please welcome Mr. Schiegl to the stage. Thank you. Have a seat.
Thanks.
So, perhaps we could start with, an introduction and history of Truma Gerätetechnik and what led you to the development of this system and what it was originally intended for.
Okay. To make a long story pretty short, Truma is a company which is originally working in the recreational vehicle area. So for heating units, air conditioning systems, maneuvering systems, and we started working on fuel cells for about 10 years ago as a grid-independent power supply for recreational vehicles. So we started this development about 10 years ago, and so we moved on. So the VeGA fuel cell system is a LPG-powered fuel cell for recreational vehicles as an auxiliary power unit. So this was the original design of the system.
All right. So as we were discussing and as I've been reading, you had a press release issued last Friday with HANNOVER partnership. Can you go into that unit? As I understand, it is for more industrial applications. Do you want to go into those details?
Yeah. So we launched the fuel cell system VeGA last year in our core market, in the leisure vehicle market. So up to now we are producing systems and selling those systems. But we also started a few years ago thinking about different and additional applications for the fuel cell system. Because if you have a fuel cell system with about 250 watts and it uses LPG, so you're not bound to a non-existing hydrogen infrastructure, which makes it much easier to go into the market. And which means we started thinking about industrial applications, but Truma is only a brand name in the leisure vehicle market and not in an industrial market. This was the reason why we came here for 4 years ago, to first time here to this fair, and to present the company and what we are doing. And since this time, since 2010, it constantly evolved, the whole thing. So we started talking to industrial companies which are interested in our system. Would you do some test applications in industrial applications, mainly off-grid power supply? And so one of this first bigger corporations is now the partnership with HANNOVER.
So in terms of the industrial applications, do you want to go into a little more detail? Which kind? I know you were saying everything earlier that things with surveillance. Do you want to go into how these are being used and how they are helping us economically?
Yeah, so the system is I think pretty unique because it uses LPG, and LPG is a fuel which is widely available all across Europe and even all across the world. Which means that you don't have to talk in specific about a hydrogen infrastructure, because the fuel processor is inside the system and generates the hydrogen for the fuel cell. And so you have a huge variety of applications. So we, as you mentioned it, we did this thing with HANNOVER, and it's a a power box which can be used for different types of grid-independent power supply. This could be a video surveillance, it could be measuring equipment, it could be for traffic signs on the road or even on highways. And we have another different applications like traffic control. Last year when we were here, we presented a mobile traffic warning light system, which we do together with another partner. And also we work together with governmental authorities, custom authorities, with the police, and they use the VeGA system as a power supply for special observation surveillance vehicles, where you also have your certain benefits. So at that time they are more interested in a very silent power supply, because these observation vehicles, they are, well, you don't know that there's inside something which is observing some crime. Yeah.
Where are you in terms of commercialization and manufacturing? Like, how many are you producing monthly? Where are these products available? Where can they be purchased? And where are you located in the global economy? Where are you selling these products?
I mean, up to now we have two markets. Our core market is the leisure market. So Truma is selling usually its products to every recreational vehicle manufacturer all across Europe, and we have also a very strong sales and distribution network. So this means the VeGA is sold directly to recreational vehicle manufacturers and also throughout Truma distributing partners in the caravanning world. And for industrial applications, once we are working together with a company, for example, Hobbeke, and they are integrating our fuel cell in their energy solution, and they are distributing this complete system in our parts, and we also able to make our own customized energy solutions, and this business will be done by my department. Yeah. So there's a lot of possibilities. So if somebody wants to buy a VeGA, our booth is over there and you can order one, so that's no problem.
So in terms of, go into more detail about we talked about the sale, we talked about the manufacturing. Can you maybe say, what can we expect from you guys, from Truma, in the next couple of weeks or next couple of months in terms of this product and additional products that you're going to be offering?
Yeah, so as I told, we are launched the product in August last year in the caravanning market, and also now do our first steps in the industrial market. Up to now we build on an average about 5 to 8 systems per week, and we sell them to our distribution channels, as I told before. And we are working with different industrial partners for other applications, because, as I said, Truma is only a brand name in caravanning business, and for other business opportunities in the areas you have to find partners, because you can try to do it by yourself, but it will cost a lot of money, and if you succeed, I don't know. So we try to get a different way and try to get into partnerships and work together with companies who have already a big market access. And that's a big difference. Yeah. So we don't think we are able to do everything by ourselves. It doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah.
So as you're new to entering the industrial applications, other than the partnerships, have you faced any challenges or roadblocks in terms of the industrial applications in the industrial market? Because you were saying that you're known for the caravanning. So what other roadblocks have come your way in terms of the industrial applications?
So I mean, we are, I think, pretty sure about our technique, because we did a lot of field trials before we go into the market. So we did for pilot production and field trials starting from 2008 until our market launch last year. So we built about 200 units and tested them for a long period of time in different applications, mainly the caravanning section, but also in industrial applications. This means I think we are pretty safe on the technical side. But I mean, fuel cell business is a very fast and ongoing business. So in this phase we are right now, you never can be sure. So that's probably that a supplier is going bankrupt or whatever. So there's still a lot of uncertainties when you start such a business, but on the business aspect side, main thing is you have to find out, when you talk about industrial applications, you have to find out what the customer wants. And if you're able to provide them a possible and a suitable solution for his need. So every time a customer comes, he has a technical problem and you have to try to solve it. And if you can solve it, then both will be happy because we have sold a system and the customer has a problem solved. But if it doesn't work out well, then you might not should do it at all. Yeah.
Are there any questions for Andreas Schiegl from the audience? Anyone? Yeah.
Alessandro Graizzaro from MV Park speaking. How many systems you have now running around first? And I would like to know how you handle the maintenance of those systems around.
Okay, good question. To answer the first one, as said, we built about 200 systems before we go into market, and since then we built between 5 and 8 per week, which means that we have up to now around about 400, something like that. And about the maintenance of the system, if we are talking about the caravaning market, we have our own service network, which is existing for the caravaning market, and for industrial applications we deal with our partners. So in this special case, when we talk about this cooperation with Hoppeke, so if Hoppeke is distributing this system, then they also do the maintenance and services. Yeah, so that's not our goal at that point. Yeah.
Are there any other questions?
Johnny Wing, Fuel Cell Today. What would you say are the main advantages of your system over... Sorry.
I didn't get you.
Johnny Wing from Fuel Cell Today. Yeah. What would you say are the main advantages of your system over, say, an E40 Pro?
Mainly, I think it's the fuel, because we use LPG, and you have an infrastructure for LPG. LPG has a high energy density. It's cheap, and you can store it in bottles, in gas tanks. So people are used to it. And that's very important, speaking of introducing new technology to people or to markets. If everything is new, everybody has its problems in the beginning. So at least if the fuel is something that the people are well known and acquainted to, so that's no problem at all. And compared to the E4 systems, our system has higher power output. So we have about 250 watts, which makes it possible to address higher power demands. And on the other hand, if we have a lower power demand, our system doesn't have to run that often. So it's always a combination of fuel cell system and a battery. And if you have to recharge the battery only maybe once a week, it's better when you have a system with a higher power output, because it doesn't run that often, and which means in the long term it will operate much longer. Yeah.
Any other questions? Truma's booth can be found at B70 exhibit. It's right behind the stage here. I'd like to thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thanks very much. And yep, thank you.
Our next